I'm really pleased to be here. I'm studying as a final year graphic designer in Hungarian University of Fine Arts, Budapest. And now I'm going to present you my BA3 diploma project, which I made at Royal Academy of Fine Arts, Antwerp, Belgium, during my Erasmus studies, almost a year ago. I had to arrange a lot of courses integrated in this project, like multimedia design, typography, illustration design, photography, printmaking, and it was a really hard task to arrange everything in one piece. So typo-sculptures shows my experimental typographical animal drawings and sculptures scattered in a zoo of Antwerp during let's see the antecedents before I talk anything about the project. Years back I started to play with the fictional character set elements. I rotated them, scaled them, transformed them, and basically what I've done is just for fun. And you can see these animals, which are at the first time seems that they are animals, and the second thing is only that you are maybe realize that they are all made of characters. I wanted to expand my limits, and I made a moving calligraphy in a way like this. Sorry, I have lost the control. Yeah, so here we go. At first, I went to the zoo to find out which is the most famous and popular animal in Antwerp, and I found out that these animals are apes. And especially the gorilla project is really famous in Antwerp. That's why I went to the zoo to make some sketches. And you can see a few of them. Those animals were really sad. After that, I transferred to stone my drawing. And that's how my idea started at the printmaking. And here you can show the final print. And the way of thinking was the first part is the drawing. The second part is what's happening within my mind while I'm thinking about character shapes and things like that. And the final result is typo gorilla, which became masculine or a highlighted thing of the project. You will see it how. After the gorilla, I started to design the font in 3D. I always wanted to expand my calligraphical animals into space, but I didn't know really how. And in Antwerp, I found out it. So I started to create some letter experiments of an equal width paper strip. And when I wanted to know that it could be worse or not, you can see that it's using perspectivity. So if you turning your pen, it twists in space, and when you make a thick line, that means the line gonna be wider. It comes closer to us in space, and when you make an arrow, it means that it's farther than us. And the letter shows in space basically the way of drawing, so you can see the 3D calligraphic gesture. And now you can see how it looks from the top view, the top view. And you can just only realize that this is a 3D font from the shadows. And it's called morphotype, yeah. This is just how it looks like a glass, in a glass form. And this is a gorilla. Believe it or not, that's a gorilla. I transferred or translated my drawing into space, which means for example, the shoulder of the gorilla is the closest to us. You can see the top view in the middle, and the left hand is the most farthest point. So that's how I place the elements in space. And the task was, in Antwerp, that it could be feasible completely, my idea. It shouldn't be really complete because we didn't have enough time for it, but it had a well-built structure and a strong idea. And what you can see here is the range of, in focal millimeters, the human's eye optic. So I set my camera in Maya during my 3D modeling to 35 millimeter, because this is the opposite between 20 and 50. Because there is no exact value for the human eye. You can measure it. It depends on each person. So I started to work with that 35 millimeter value during the modeling. And because of that, everything that you will see could be works in real if I would print it with a 3D printer. I mean, here you can see the typographical anatomy of gorilla. And I had to create some poster and some map for the zoo for the imaginary visitors. But at first I would show the advertisement for the new logotype, what I created from the old one. The old one used Garamond and Zafino Z, and because I created a new typeface for my animals, I'm combined with Futura and Morphotype Z. And Here you can see the new morphotype in 3D. So it could be a sculpture, basically, at the zoo. Yeah. And here is the name of the exhibition, Typo Safari. What is Safari? Safari is a guided tour somewhere in, for example, a national park. A guided tour like an exhibition. And that's why I gave the name called Typo Safari. The idea of the exhibition is when you are at the zoo, you can see those animals like exhibited items, poor animals. I really don't like the zoo from that point of view, but I thought that my exhibition is another dimension, and the animals at the zoo another dimension. And I put together these two dimensions in a guided tour. So you can see posters and 3D letter or 3D character compositions at the zoo. I waited so long till this tiger went to that place, telling the truth. So you can see that before the animal's place, you can see the exhibited artworks. And I would show you how a gorilla looks like. This is the advertisement for the exhibition. And here is another in the second version. Before you find the front view of the gorilla, you can see 3D calligraphic gestures like snapshots from black and white jungle or something. And here is the map of the zoo. It's based on the original one. And you can see the starting point and the way. Oh, sorry. How can I make it back? So the original idea to present the sculptures was to cast them into a transparent material, but considering the size, it's more realistic if I'm using it in a smaller size. And after that, the idea came that it could be sold in a gift store of the zoo as a small thing that could take together with you from the exhibition, and it's called Glass Cube. So thanks for your patience.